Right now, as you're watching this video, you are traveling through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. Your brain literally cannot process how fast that is. And yet, compared to the size of what we're about to discuss, Earth is basically standing still. What I'm about to tell you will completely change how you see reality. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at the night sky the same way again. There's something beyond our universe, something so incomprehensibly vast and alien that most scientists won't even talk about it publicly. Today, I'm going to show you what's really out there, and trust me, the truth is far stranger than any science fiction you've ever seen. But before I blow your mind completely, here's something that will make you question everything. Scientists have discovered that 95% of the universe is made of something we can't see, can't touch, and don't understand. Dark matter and dark energy. We're living in a reality where everything we think we know represents less than 5% of what actually exists. Let that sink in for a moment. Think about it this way. You're standing in the middle of a dense fog that stretches in every direction. You can see maybe 50 feet in any direction before everything disappears into gray mist. That's essentially our situation with the universe. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang, acts like that fog, blocking our view of anything beyond about 13.8 billion years ago. We're cosmic observers trapped in our own little bubble of visibility. But scientists and philosophers have been grappling with this question for centuries, and they've come up with some absolutely wild possibilities for what might exist beyond our cosmic neighborhood. The first possibility is also the most mind-breaking: nothing. And I don't mean empty space, because empty space is still something. I mean absolute, complete, total nothingness. No space, no time, no matter, no energy, no dimensions, no anything. It's a concept so alien to our experience that we don't even have proper words for it. How do you describe the complete absence of existence itself? Some physicists argue that asking what's outside the universe is like asking what's north of the North Pole. It's a question that sounds reasonable, but is actually meaningless because it assumes concepts like outside and beyond that might not apply to the totality of existence. But let's assume there is something beyond our universe. One of the leading theories is the multiverse hypothesis, and it comes in several mind-bending varieties. The simplest version suggests that our universe is just one bubble in an infinite cosmic foam. Picture soap bubbles in a bathtub, each bubble representing a complete universe with its own laws of physics, its own history, its own version of reality. These bubble universes could be expanding and colliding, creating new universes in the process. In some of these parallel universes, the fundamental constants of physics might be slightly different. Maybe gravity is stronger. Maybe the speed of light is faster. Maybe atoms can't form at all. There could be universes where time flows backward, where there are 17 dimensions instead of our 4, where the very concept of matter doesn't exist. Here's where your brain is about to break. In an infinite multiverse, there's not just another version of you out there. There are infinite versions of you. Right now, there's a universe where you're reading this exact same script, except you're the one saying these words. There's a universe where humans never existed, but something else evolved intelligence and is asking the exact same questions about what's beyond their reality. There's a universe where you made every different choice possible, where every path not taken in your life is being lived by another version of you. And here's the part that will haunt you. If the multiverse is truly infinite, then there's a universe where this video doesn't exist, but you still somehow know everything I'm telling you. There's a universe where reality itself is trying to tell you something through this exact moment. Stop, pause this video, and think about this for a second. What if I told you that everything you've ever experienced, every memory you have, every person you've ever met, might be nothing more than code running on a computer? What if your entire existence is just a simulation so advanced that you can't tell the difference? The beings running our simulation might not even be aware we exist. We could be an accidental byproduct of some cosmic calculation, background noise in someone else's digital universe. Or worse, we could be entertainment. Imagine advanced civilizations running billions of universe simulations just to see what happens, like we play video games. If we are in a simulation, the beings running it might exist in a reality so different from ours that we couldn't even comprehend it. They might experience time differently, exist in more dimensions, or have consciousness that operates on completely different principles than ours. Then there's the possibility that our universe exists within something even larger and more complex. Some theories in physics suggest that our three-dimensional space might actually be a surface or boundary of a higher dimensional space. Just like how a two-dimensional ant crawling on a balloon might not realize it's moving around a three-dimensional sphere, we might be three-dimensional beings living on the surface of a 4, 5, or even 11-dimensional structure. String theory, one of our most advanced attempts to understand reality at its deepest level, suggests that space itself might have up to 11 dimensions, most of which are curled up so small we can't detect them. If that's true, what we think of as our entire universe might just be a tiny slice of something incomprehensibly larger. But wait, it gets worse. What if we're not just inside a black hole, but inside a black hole that's inside another black hole, that's inside another black hole? An infinite chain of nested realities, each one thinking they're at the top level of existence, never realizing they're just a tiny detail in something unimaginably larger. Here's another possibility that will keep you awake at night. What if space and time themselves are just local properties of our particular region of existence? What if outside our universe, the very concepts of when and where don't apply? There might be realms where cause and effect work differently, where past and future exist simultaneously, where distance and location are meaningless concepts. Here's something that will keep you awake tonight. What if consciousness itself is what exists outside the universe? What if your thoughts, your awareness, your sense of being you is actually connected to something far bigger than your brain? What if consciousness is the fundamental fabric of reality and physical matter is just how consciousness experiences itself? But here's what really gets me thinking. What if the question itself is wrong? What if asking what's outside the universe is like a character in a book asking what's outside the story? The character exists within the narrative structure of the book, and the concept of outside the book might not have any meaning from the character's perspective. We might be fundamentally limited by existing within the universe we're trying to understand. Our brains evolved to navigate three-dimensional space and forward-flowing time. Our mathematics and science are based on patterns we observe from inside this reality. Trying to understand what's beyond everything might be like trying to see our own eyes without a mirror. Recent discoveries in physics have made these questions even more pressing. We've learned that dark energy is accelerating the expansion of space itself. We've detected gravitational waves rippling through spacetime. We've started to understand that reality, at the quantum level, operates according to rules that seem to defy common sense. Each new discovery suggests that the universe is far stranger than we ever imagined. Some scientists think we might eventually find evidence of what lies beyond our cosmic horizon. Maybe advanced civilizations in other parts of the multiverse are trying to communicate across the void. Maybe collisions between universe bubbles leave detectable signatures in a cosmic microwave background. Maybe we'll discover that the fundamental particles and forces in our universe are actually shadows or projections from higher dimensions. But even if we never find direct evidence, the question itself reveals something profound about human nature. We're the only species we know of that looks at everything around us and asks, what's beyond that? It's the same curiosity that made our ancestors look beyond the next hill, across the ocean, up at the stars. The truth is, we may never know what's outside the universe, and that's okay. The mystery itself is part of what makes existence so fascinating. Whether it's infinite nothingness, endless multiverses, higher dimensions, or something we can't even imagine. The fact that we can ask the question at all is pretty amazing. What we do know is that we're here, in this universe, on this planet, asking these questions together. And maybe that's the most incredible thing of all. In a cosmos that might extend infinitely in directions we can't even conceive, somehow the universe arranged itself in such a way that parts of it became conscious enough to wonder about the whole. So what do you think is really out there beyond everything we know? Are we living in a simulation? Part of an infinite multiverse? Trapped inside a cosmic black hole? Or is there something even stranger that we haven't even imagined yet? The answer could change everything about how we see ourselves and our place in existence. If this cosmic revelation just shattered your perception of reality, smash that like button and subscribe right now, because we're just getting started. Hit the notification bell, because I guarantee you don't want to miss what we're exploring next. And tell me in the comments, which possibility terrifies you the most? The simulation theory, the infinite multiverse, or something else entirely? Your mind will never be the same again.